Okay, we're back. So siamo. We're back. So like just snowballing troll lands from this point. I think now we will see all his dust. I guess he has in hand. Yeah. I'm not sure why he's paying. Okay, he's paying 7 mana. He cracks the expedition, the Sanctum of Ugin now. Yeah, he needed that Ulamog. So I think we will see an Archmage Charm. So we can untap with Planeswalkers one more time. And then we have Solitude for that Ulamog. Like, I'm worried about Mantovanis' abilities to win this game at this point, because like one Ulamog is gone, the next Ulamog will probably just tag the 2 Planeswalkers, but at some point he will finish the fuel. Yeah, so
we have a problem with the deck list because the Biala deck list is disappearing in the program, so we are trying to fix. For this round we can publish the deck list online, but we will try to fix for the next round. Okay?
Okay, so basically we have a problem for with the deck lists. So they will be up next round, but for this round there were a technical issues, so we can just enjoy the game and commentate what's on board, I think, without speculations on cards. Yeah, so that's what I expected now. Ulamog is on board. It, of course, kill the 2 Planeswalkers. I don't think I like to kill the Teferi, because Teferi did already enough, I guess. I would have killed the land that scries 2 each turn. That's the card that will put Ricardo's ahead, I think, because now we can just scry, put the cards in it on top, put the lands on the bottom.
Now the real question is how many games we will see from this match. Because I know Biela's play style, and it's really good at taking time, and if he feels ahead, he can probably take all the turns
Snowball,
he needs.
yeah.
So working on time.
I really think it's just a sideboard thing. I think at some point, if Mantovan is smart enough, he can just concede.
He needs to realize.
Yeah, but that's like Biava has like 6 cards, an active Planeswalker and a Scryland. So yes,
That's
I
the time.
use less card in hand.
You need to concede now, basically.
Yes, but also Tron can win in a couple of turns. So like in 5 minutes you can easily win a game when you are on the play. So
The second card and the second sublet.
yeah, I was talking with Ricardo after the GP3 Este in January. I know he loves subtlety. It's very strong, of course, versus Amulet. That's popping up right now. So I think it's a safe choice.
And now we even got a race. Another Archmage.
Let's see if he attacks. I guess he can send the opponent to 2, and I mean, attacking here is probably okay. Just play Kair and smash it. 8 damage, sure. 46. Yeah. Not a big deal.
No, you got plenty of life, so.
Yeah, I would just leave my opponent to 1 or 2 and just stop attacking.
You have to be really smart to do this kind of play, because you don't tap your opponent realizing that the game is already over, even if in this situation it's pretty clear that Mantovani have not so many chances to come back, for not saying that he had 0 chance at this point. I mean, you have to still do something that seems proactive. Otherwise, your opponent realizes that you only want to take time and it's not considered. Another scry.
And he has a third sublet in hand. So
This is a real race, by the way. Must they are 11?
yes. I'm not sure what he's worried about. Last zone maybe. Last zone can sweep the board, I guess. So
But I can see the point countering everything. Your opponents will probably draw a land at some point,
yeah.
and you are on 11.
I mean, to be honest, like Tron plays a very small amount of lands. It's like usually 18. So but like I think you can like consider.
So how do you feel this matchup? Who do you see ahead?
So I usually think Tron is ahead, traditionally speaking, but I'm pretty sure Ricardo knows very well what he's doing. So we are seeing Kozidek from Mantovani's side, and I don't know if he's playing any Veil of Summer, but that's House, of course, versus Control. I think he has a very that's Platinum Angel. Yeah, some relic of the past. I think Platinum Angel is very strong like versus Summertime. Just slam it and good luck. Sundering Titan, not very good. Just destroy two lands for 8 mana. Maybe it's better than all his dust.
Yeah, but all his dust can take care of planeswalkers.
Yeah. But I think Mantovani's plan is just try to cheese Ricardo. So playing very slow, very fast. I don't know if I like the claim. Maybe it's okay if he's playing around spreading seas, but it does nothing versus the Chalice, so I remember like a couple of years ago when Wii Control was very strong and everyone was playing that online, so smart people used to play Tron and just smash. Emra could main deck at some point, I control the turn.
And how do you feel it in this meta?
I was talking about that with Rodrigo Togores yesterday, and he's very happy about Tron. I'm not sure he's playing it today, but he was very, hyped about the deck. He was playing a personal build. It's streamed also, I think, with 4 Cityscape Leveler in the main. Because Cityscape is very strong versus Murktide, of course. Because even if you counter it, you still get something. So I think Tron might say something. Of course, it's again a matchup lottery because if I summer, you lose. That's your realistic. You can do nothing versus summer. Some matchups are like that, but I think
It's still okay.
yeah.
Okay, so now everything depends from Mantovani's hand, right?
Yes.
He needs to open a strong hand.
Yeah, I would mulligan, I guess, aggressively to try to find Tron when I'm on the play. And then hopefully I can play on the draw game a bit slower, but think like I don't know if Mantovani knows Ricardo, but it would be prepared versus Ricardo will try to cheese, because I know I can't dive the late game as well as he does. So, okay, yes, turn free turn, sure.
That's a good end.
Yeah. Force the... Wait. Oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong and the lands were the same. Because with the 12 hearts, I can still be fooled. I'm used to the magical line arts, so one is pink, one is violet, and one is orange. No, one is green, one is violet, and one is orange. So I always know which is which. Okay, this end is also strong. He has 2 tower and a power plant. Okay, Ricardo drew the counter spell from this turn. Very, very strong pickup.
Turn free drawn. It's from the really beginning of the format that we're seeing this play.
Yeah.
It's one of the deck that lasts basically forever.
I have a funny story about Tron. So when I started to play Modern, like I was playing Jeskai Control with Nairi, you maybe remember. And I was so hyped about the deck. It was my first tournament, and I get paired versus this player that plays a card on turn 3. And I remand it, and they play it again, and then the turn after he plays Emrakul. Because they used to play the Eye of Ugin, so you can just tutor, and they only had the remand and mana leak. Back in the days, like when they have 10 mana, like your counter spell did nothing, because they can just replay everything. So yeah, I got so frustrated that I basically threw the deck in the bin. Never played Control again. I'm so, hyped that finally we got Counterspell in Modern, because the times where Mana Leak was a thing,
Are gone.
Yeah, but we were playing Mana Leak? Wow, that feels like, Okay, so 10 mana, Hulamog, Exile to lands. Okay, I would just exile a white sword, white swords. Okay, stop the game. Because they should be exiled. They should be. Oh, right. Judge?
Scusi.
Cioè, non so se tu sei esiliato, I'm not sure.
Che dovrebbe essere?
Non lo so. Sì, in caso comunque digli che chiedi, grazie. So the cards should be exiled, basically. Now we will see the game stop. And I think maybe we will get a warning for something. So you will he just reanimate the Cityscape Leveler and will probably kill the chase.
What is this card?
Cityscape Leveler is a 8 mana construct that when you cast it, you destroy a permanent, a non-land permanent the opponent control, and you get a Power Stone token. That's basically a...
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, okay. And you can unearth from the graveyard for 8 mana. And it does the same. Because it when you cast it and when you attack. It's very strong. Because of course, like, it basically surpasses counter spells. yes, another Ulamog. Counterspell, sure, but
Why do you think he's not taking care of both white lands?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because now Ricardo still got any combination.
Yes.
Okay, he got another land in his hand.
I would for sure remove the land that cries too. That I think made him lose the game in the first place last round. Because at some point he was basically with the board stalled, but Ricardo like scried like 12 cards, something like that. And seeing the Ricardo skip, he had a ton of lands, so
Yeah, it's impressive how he is recovering from
Double
double
Ulamog.
sinkhole.
forcing all this.
sinkhole.
And this update is strong, but it's timely. Ricardo now has to draw something
What's the best draw right now?
counterspell. Or
Or Archmage Charm, something like
yeah,
this?
yeah, or maybe even sublet into counterspell is better. Yeah, now so the hidden card is like a hero, right? The flipped card in the right side.
I think so. Right, everything
Yeah, and now
redrawing.
I think now we will say we will see the. I don't know if he has something fancy like a possessed portal or the possessed portal is 8 mana. Players can draw. Each turn, each player sacrifices permanent. Since he has more permanent, it will be the last one to sacrifice the portal. So I will end up winning the race.
It's like smoke stuff.
Basically, yes. But also players can draw. So
But we are old fashioned guys, so we still love canna fumaria.
okay, so yeah, I drew he returned the Cityscape Leveler from the exile to the hand, since Karn also tutored from the exile. That's a smart move. And now he doesn't have the 8 mana, so Ricardo preferred to scry 2 rather than cast his Solitude to kill the Karn. That's another interesting play. He found the counter spell 1 turn late.
But that's the power stone.
Yes.
The flipped card.
Ah, okay, okay.
They're saying you cannot use it. Is he trying to kill the token, but it isn't?
No. I think since Karn stopped the ability from artifacts, he can't activate the power. He can't activate the castle with the power stone. Power stone does
of
nothing.
course.
So I think since both forgot,
The Nurro
they
part.
should call a judge. I think that's the best way to handle this.
They are.
Okay. Hakan is a very strong player. Actually, from the Grand Prix I won, they won. I remember one of my opponents like attacked with Kalitas, and I had the 4/4 troll. Then he sacrificed a treasure to fatal push my troll. But since I had Karn, he couldn't make that play, and he was already attacking. So I just blocked and basically killed the Kalitas, and then I ended up winning the game. It was so fun. Yeah, the static ability from Planeswalkers, they are easy to forget. Especially like, do you know the static ability from Tamillo? You can't be targeted by.
And you can discard it.
Yeah, you basically can be targeted by sacrifice effects
And
and
discard
discard
effect.
effects. So Liliana minus that doesn't work. Emrakul attack doesn't work. It's so fun. But also sometimes I forget Nars when I'm nervous and I end up cycling a land. Yeah, you can draw.
You have to play against this card so many times.
Yes.
Just to remember it unconsciously. So every time you see a card, you remember that this is a null road. You need to play some vintage to remember this.
Yeah, in vintage, yeah, both Teferi, Karn, and also Narset. I think they are quite well played.
Especially Karn and Ars, they are limited to one.
Yeah.
Because they were broken with like Lotus. You could have a really strong turn one and instantly killing your opponent by denying his resources. So it's really interesting for me to see how these new quote unquote cards are navigating through the format, because we are used to see them in vintage or legacy, and they have a really specific role in a really specific situation, and they are threatening different problem. But now seeing the same card in modern, for me it's a new scenario. That this card is doing something really different from what I'm used to see from the card. No lattice.
Lattice was banned.
No liquid metal coated, right?
Maybe yes, I think yes, the liquid metal coating, yeah. But in this situation, it's not super strong to get it, I think.
But you can take care of the scry then.
Yes, now we just tutor the coding.
Yeah. Right.
Yes,
so they are
but,
listening to me.
If he plays another card, that's a very aggressive move. Very aggressive move. I don't think I like it. Just to destroy a land. You could just wait, and navigate better with your threats. I'm not sure. Maybe he has a handful of spells, but
It's a 1-for-1 trade, so
yes, but
it can't be so bad in the end. I know you can wait and accept the trade with another resources from your opponent, but in the end you will face that counter spell anyway. So
yes, but maybe Ricardo's Fire Ice and it take care of both cards. In this situation, Mantovani can probably sit on his cards. It doesn't need to. He's also playing the Yugin.
now you are a modern expert, right?
Yeah, that's
So I have a question.
yeah.
Why is Ancient Steering still with us? It's the most powerful cantrip
I don't
in
think
the
so.
format.
No, I think expressive iteration is way better. And nowadays, Ancient Sirix is played only in Tron and in some other, tier 2 decks like Ardenet Scales. So I think there was a point in 5 years ago, or maybe 6 or 7 years ago,
2017.
yeah, when Steelings was everywhere and it was basically better Ponder.
I remember a GP, top 8 GP Lyon, where 6 Tron made it, 6 or
Yeah.
7.
But it was also played in skates. It was also played in like I remember people playing it in Affinity even. So yeah. But nowadays, I don't think it's that strong because the efficiency of cards has like now it's very very different from the past. So you want a card that did something specific. You can't just cantrip it away. The format is too fast. So of course, Series is strong versus
Some kind of strategy, but
yeah
not.
versus control is fine, but like even versus Murktide, if you don't hit the right card, you lose. So
This full set of elementals from Modern Horizon 2 really work the way you play the format, right?
Yes.
They had the huge impact on Modern.
yes, because there are a ton of new like zero mana effect. So you have to respect a ton of new cards, a ton of situations. I sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't like it. Because it's more difficult to play around specific stuff. So you have to play around situations now. But also this means a ton of decks can just slam dunk play stuff. Like when you have 4 mana and a dude, you just play creativity. Your opponent has solitude, okay, fuck it. He doesn't have it, okay, I win. What is doing?
He transformed Solitude into an artifact, and now he's trying to possession.
That's a funny line. That's a smart line. Okay, so as we announced Mantovani being on the play, it's the game. Of course, like Tron is already a bad matchup, but also on the play, on the draw, when you play control, everything became worse. So let's see. And I'm curious now. I think Mantovani will probably remove the Natur's Claim because they sucked. And add 2 real cards. They have 10 minutes. I'm not super sure they will finish the game if they still play at this speed. Hopefully yes, because a draw at this point of the game is not really worth for any of the players.
10 minutes or not, so 9 minutes.
No. I'm very skeptical that they will finish this.
They got 2 additional minutes,
Okay.
so 11 minutes.
Even 11 minutes.
Are not so much.
No, because Tron has a very high mulligan rate, so I think you can just mulligan, so a couple of minutes. Okay, yes, that Godzilla. You know what that Godzilla does?
It's the one that draws 4 cards, and then you can discard something that matches the mana cost of the opponent's spell and counter it. No.
No, that one is you draw up to 7
Okay.
until you have 7 cards in hand, so you can even draw 7, and it does that effect. And this one is the old one, so it draws 4 cards, only 4, but it has Annihilator 4.
4.
Yes, and when it it's putting the graveyard, you shuffle it back. So
Only him or all the graveyard?
all the graveyard, as the old Eldrazi. I think it's that the Eldrazi is in the sideboard for the mill matchup. That seems very up deck due to the new chase.
Is it a deck?
I don't think so, but I have strong opinions on the format. You know, I'm a bit biased because playing Murktide every day of my life means if a deck struggles versus Murktide, of course, in my eyes, not very strong.
So you're used to consider it not a deck because it's a favorable matchup for you.
Yes, I mean it's a deck, let's call it, but I don't think it's a strong deck.
Yeah, of course.
Just a a strong tier 2 deck. But also, since people play Endurance, people play Kozilek, it's a very hateable deck. Mill is a strong archetype when people are not prepared. It was very strong with Lurus because everyone was playing a very cheap mana cost and you just play Tasha, mill 20 cards, and it was very easy. But of course, there are very good players that also are mill aficionado that only play that. And
yeah, it's really old archetype since the beginning of the game.
Yes, but I think it's the player that can make it shine. Like there are a ton of micro decisions with lands, with spells. Like you building heuristics from the scratch, I think it's difficult. Because with crabs, there are a ton of very small decisions, even picking the right 75. There are a couple, I know a player that's called Tibalt of Red Sub on Magic Online. He's a Japanese player. He only plays that and he's continuously top 8 challenges for the prelims. So I think with that mentality that I want to play mill, I want to be the best mill player, you can make the deck shine. So there is something. But you have to play well, of course, and so you have to deck build the right cards. There is an Alued Moonlight from Piava's side. That's very interesting card. I think it's there to stop Cityscape Leveler from coming, but it's also a draw one card. I'm not sure why Mantovani is a relic. I think it's maybe fine if you want to exile your stuff to
replaying it with card.
But
it's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip, yeah. Probably it's a main deck card. Strong versus Murktide, of course. I think the Mantovani's plan is flip Tron. Okay, yeah, he did.
There's no way to stop this effect.
No. Yes, there is.
I mean, I know there's some card that you can play, so they are modern available that stifle an ability.
Yes.
But there's something that is really played in the format that can do this.
Well, back in the days when 4-color control with Omnat, with Yorion was played, Uvi control used to play
the tails.
Not the tail, the 4-mana one.
Okay.
Counters every
spell and every
ability. Just exile the stack. Yes. Because Ulamog was a thing, so the old Omnat list could just play 13 land, cast Ulamog and win. So I remember a couple of players just playing Summary Dismissal and making the opponent, the Yorion opponent, just panic. Yeah, that Sanctum of Ugin is a terrible card because it's fraught. You can decide that the ability goes on the stack, then you can decide depending on what happens. You can decide at which point, so you don't have to do it immediately. You just put the ability on the stack and then I decide. I really hate that type of
card.
Yeah. So yeah, I decide to Non ha pescato nemmeno. Fermatevi. Stop. Chiedi. Quante ne hai pescate? Okay, so I think he drew 3 cards, he should draw 4, right? Okay. Maybe we saw something different. You know, he's just trying to play an aggro game, I guess. Bouncing back with Solitude. They have 4 minutes total, because they
Yes.
had 2 minutes of extra time due to the judge call regarding the
Yamaka
power
managed
turn.
to win this game, but he needs to.
I mean, the thing is, if his plan is to Solitude the 10-10, it's just 3 more turns.
Lunga, eh?
Yes.
Salita.
Okay, now he cracks the Sanctum Fukin. Grabs another 10-10. So, exile. Sure. Now you have to counter these.
Alright. So now the plan is to solitude this.
Yeah, but this draws 4 cards, so you can just draw another tower and play another dude, you know, so... Card, sure. Yeah, as I said, this matchup is...
It's really tough for control.
Yes, but it's also stupid because it's just I tap my mana, I play the card that costs the most from my hand, I cast it, and then like this like 10 times, you know, sure. Torpor Orb is interesting. Pac-Man 1 is playing really well, of course, but I think this deck leverage your skill, so even if you are, you know,
Way stronger than
Marcio
your
Carvalho, you know, you're still tapping lands to cast spells, you know. Okay, so this time in the round for them?
No.
They still have 2 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. In fact, I was surprised by Ricardo's casting that Fire Ice. It was time in the round. Okay, now it's at 23, just needs to survive basically.
Even taking a draw.
Yeah,
This
a draw
matchup is fine.
Yeah, I think so. But I think a draw is and or a loss is the same at this point, so...
Chilometri e chilometri.
Il centinaio.
Okay, 1020.
40 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Ricardo can win this game.
By casting out of Fire Eyes.
Yeah, but he forgot to trigger.
No.
You mean 20 cards? When Ulamog attacks.
Yeah, but if you tap it before
He tapped
attacking,
it. Okay, sure. Okay, I see.
that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, he has to survive 3 combat steps. 2 combat steps. I don't think that's a big problem, to be honest. Because if this is turn 0, yeah, I know, he can put 7 permanents on the battlefield, but that's it. So, I think it's fine.
Sadly, to put Planeswalker on top and getting some time now, the only real plan is to not die and try to steal a point from this match.
Okay, so yeah, I think the only way he can win is he can't win, of course, but he can. No, sorry, what happened? So okay, so he destroyed the Torpor Orb and suddenly back the. Sure. Okay, and with Carney Torpor Orb return. Sure. He's turn 1.
Taking care of the first Planeswalker.
It would have been fun, to end the game with Karn searching for Platinum Angel, so yeah, you can't win. Okay, he has to survive 1 more combat, then we are fine, I guess.
It depends on how many cards he got in his deck, because
Yeah, I think, I don't know.
he drew a lot.
Yeah, but he needs to have like 20. The thing is, Mantovani has a handful of spells.
So ragazzi, Teferone bouncing it.
And that's probably the last move from Ricardo, I think.
This is turn 3.
Yeah, but
So-
I don't know if you want to draw a card and see, yeah. I deal 30 free damage to you. Or like, would you consider?
It's a draw.
It's a draw.
And it's a draw. Alright, it was a really interesting match to see, in my opinion, because
Yes.
we saw two really strong players managing really well their cards between 3 really tough games. It ended up with a draw, so now we are taking a little break, and we will be back really soon with the third round of this 4-season Winter 2023 Modern main event.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some more tight content now. See you.
Welcome everybody. I'm back to the feature match area. It was crazy. We have a lot of stuff to do in these past 2 hours. We fix everything, but I just walking around to the room to see this amazing event. 490 player is so much for a modern event on Saturday, I think, here at 4Seasons. I'm here with Piegonti. It was incredible to stream with you because you are an expert of this format and I love to comment with you about that. I saw a lot of blue-red Murktide list with your profile state of the list and it was very incredible because you put a lot of effort in that deck list. Do you think the deck is well positioned in this format or not?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best decks,
Yeah.
just because like there are two souls in modern at the moment. There is a more experimental soul with Alesh Norn, new cards, mill, so trying new stuff, and the other is try to kill your opponent. So Amulet Titan, creativity, etc. So big decks that try to they are one I kill you card. So both souls lose 2 counterspell
Yeah.
and lose 2 turn 1 Ragavan. So having a deck that plays both and is very consistent, very threat heavy, and has a strong tempo plan is of course key. So this is why I think Blue Red is probably the best deck.
Yeah, I think the deck played a lot of the best card in the format, probably. Also, Ragavan, yeah, for a legacy player, Ragavan is something like a nightmare of the past. And I think it's one of the best cards in Modern. I think the power of turn 1 Ragavan is so stressful for our opponent. If you don't have a real reply to that move, probably you lose on the spot. Or yeah, you can handle that. You can play a lot of turn, but the advantage of Ragavan on turn 1 is so strong to beat.
Yeah, of course I agree.
Yeah.
I think like modern modern was always has been a format full of removals.
Yeah.
Where like removals are more than threats. You can remember like old John Lees with
Yeah, sure.
push terminate red for Liviana
Yeah,
and maybe
sure.
for Thermo for Confident. That's it.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
the modern format nowadays worked around Ragavan.
Yeah, it's
So-
worked. I mean, I don't think the format is bad or not. I'm not judging that, but I'm pretty sure that the format is worked around Ragavan.
Yeah, of course.
For example, I saw a lot of lists of a deck that I liked in the past that was with a mid-range style deck that has to play maybe 2 Mem Knight, something like that. That is a turn 0, turn 1 removal spell or soft removal for Ragavan because you have to play against it. You have to have a strategy against it. If you don't have that, probably you lose the game.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so we are in the match. There is a friend of you,
Yeah.
your teammate of the last
Yeah,
team event,
the last Team Trio Legacy
Yeah.
champion.
and against Amulet. Yeah, Amulet is such strong. It's a very good strategy for several years.
Yes.
And also with the land that copy artifact now increases power to go very fast. What do you think about that?
I think the power of the deck is of course strong and will become stronger and stronger since the deck revolves around lands. So lands will be played forever, But I think I talked with Rodrigo Togores yesterday, and he told me that when you have a target on your end, it's easy to be hated out. And Amulet, there are a lot of cards that can mess you around. Most important cards are like Force of Vigor and Blood Moon. And specifically for this matchup, I think Neve will be bringing in more Blood Moon, more Dress Down, paired well with the counter spells. I think fitting in for Mikos in Lattice makes the your deck. You have to cut something, and back in the days there used to be four covers
Yeah.
in the amulet list. I'm not super sure. It's a possible build now.
Yeah, and Martini play it only 2 cover.
Yeah, the difference between 2
2
and
and
4
4 is
is abysmal because having the possibility of
oh
that's fancy.
yeah, this is one of the cards that tried to replace in the past immediately after the Summer Bloom ban.
Yeah. But I remember that card. It was because I used to play Dredge at some point, and that card was a fucker because flashing Bojuka Bog or bouncing it back to replay it. It was a nightmare. I really like that card. It seems a bit fancy, but it's one of the cards that you only play in Amulet.
Urza Saga made advantage here. Now, oh, okay. Probably Martini wants to use the Urza Saga to find another amulet.
Yeah, I think so.
If not, you can try to grind your opponent with a lot of Urza Saga because you can make, for example, a token, then bounce that, restart the Saga. That is a nice interaction with the bounce land and Saga.
Yeah, but I think
Now you have to create a token for block Raven. I think that you have obviously a removal here.
That's why I played a Consider. So
Yeah.
he could scry and deal 1 more damage.
He played Bloodborne in the main deck that we can.
Let's check it.
We don't have right now, but I saw he has Blood Moon.
Yeah.
But boss board for sure. I'm not sure about main deck. He has the strange art of Blood Moon.
Yeah.
The Blood Moon of Secret Layer.
Full gold.
Yeah, full gold.
And
Fetch. Okay, so we have the deck list here for yeah, probably has in the main.
yeah, 2 blood moons.
Two Blood Moon. Yeah.
Okay, so
I think so.
he told me he maybe copy pasted the mango list. We were talking about that. Yeah, so he has 1 in hand at this point. That's the strange card. Yeah, that's a blood moon, and that's basically how the game ends. Because I think Martini can't recover from this point. He has 2 mountains. Sure. Now he needs to have Poseishu. Okay, he has the Poseishu, so interesting game. He plays also the amulet. Let's see. Now the Niv clock is not really Among Us. He has just 3 damage. But I think if we can pair this clock with a couple of counter spells, he can take the game.
Yeah, I think so.
He has a Notawara in hand, you can see. Let's see. I like that both players are playing very fast. Oh, main deck Seasoned Pyro, so yeah, this is the mango list that plays Pyromancer because it's very strong paired with Blood Moon, of course. And it's also a grinding card advantage card. I personally am not a fan of this approach, since I think you prefer to be more aggressive than proactive. I like to play 1 Blood Moon, but of course, it's a play. I don't think Pyromancer is super strong even in the mirror because, of course, you draw 2 cards and it's a resource in the late game, but all the relevant cards is flying, so having having this pilot basically does nothing on the board. Just a 3 mana divination.
Yeah,
And-
now you want to only keep counter spell up, I think.
Yes. Oh, he has a consider, so he doesn't have the counter spell.
No.
Maybe. Okay, he has the land, so
Um,
he's probably casting the consider.
or pass. Or make a treasure so you can play that consider.
Yeah, hopefully he find another like a counter spell.
Yeah, you want to only draw counter spell, I think, right now, right?
Yes,
What do you think?
I guess it's better if now we can you give them the token so they risk written, and it's also easy for now for us to coverage.
Yeah, this is a treasure.
And that's an elemental, so
yeah. Okay.
okay, now it's
Now it's
it's
better.
perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so probably Martini has only this turn to go off.
Yes.
Oh, Nivet doesn't have a counter spell, so you probably could lose here. You think? No, I'm not sure.
Losing it's difficult,
Yeah.
but of course this Colossus.
Oh no, he has,
He has
a
the counter spell. Okay.
So the game is over.
So no, it's 2, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you can draw a bolt.
He has an iteration in hand also, so
Found
a shredder, sure. Okay, so he can snowball a bit more. But I think also Martini's hand is blank at this
Yeah.
point, so
Ledger Shred. Oh, another iteration. Yeah, you can go for another iteration probably. Make a treasure token for Agavan and try to find the bolt to kill him. I think will be a move.
if he doesn't have any counter spell, yes.
Yeah,
I'm not super sure what's in his hand at this
yeah,
point.
me too. He has a Pierce that it's not a card here probably.
Yeah.
So iteration.
Hopefully he finds a bolt. If he finds an only hit, that's good enough to be honest.
Yeah. And a bubble. You play the bubble. And crack that. Pass. Draw card and pass.
And he doesn't have
Okay.
any cards,
It's
so
okay.
sure.
So 1-0 for Niv. Do you think Blue-Red Murka is favorable here or not?
Yeah, I think the matchup is favored for sure.
What is the sideboard plan?
I think he's gonna, like, my personal sideboard plan is I like to cut Ledger Shredder because they are very weak.
Slow.
Yeah. And they also cast Spell Pierce and Spell Snare, of course they have no target. And you can even cut the Pyro. And I would board one Subtlety,
Dress
2
down.
Dress Down, 1 Magus of the Moon, 1 Upgrade.
Uh-huh. Okay. In Amulet poolside, something like Endurance for sure.
Yeah, Endurance, Beast Within, Tireless Tracker.
Yeah, Tireless Tracker is weak to bolts and an only hit, but it's a way to grind in the matchup. So
Yeah, gaining
it's
one
another
card.
threat. And Defense Grid, what do you think?
Yeah,
about
I like it. It's a very strong card. It's a very, very strong card. It's a strange card because it's not super played, but since your plan is to maximize on mana,
Yeah.
you can just play it on turn 2 and then copy with Mycosynth Lattice or copy an amulet. So I think it's very strong. And also, of course, Bushuka Bob comes in and Boseiju. So tools to deal with moon effects and tools to deal with
The only problem I think is that you need a dend that is very fast to start, very explosive maybe, but you want to have some response to the threat of blue-red.
Yes, but blue-red is not very aggressive deck, so you can even
Do
navigate
you
the
think
game.
it's better to grind it?
Not grind, but you don't have to be super fast. I think it's like keeping with Grazer is important because
You have to stop Raga.
yes, exactly. And that's why I keep in bolts. Like people say, yeah, bolt doesn't kill anything. Yeah, no, it kills Grazer, so you can start to attack.
Kill the only way to stop your Raga.
Yeah.
It's important, I think.
So I would cut maybe a couple of Urza Saga for Martini's side. He's worried about Blood Moon. Then you can cut.
Maybe the Sakura Trade Scout.
Yeah, for sure. He has a lot of one-offs in the board, so we can even trim some lands.
Yeah, the deck has full of lands, so you can cut someone quite easily.
I'm curious about his plan. Like, I'm not sure if he wants to keep up with the Mykosin Gardens plan, so having a ton of amulets and then still getting one bounce
Yeah.
land, or he just prefer to develop
This
a
is
board.
a question. Do you think the Mykosin Garden plan is a plan that you keep every time, or it's maybe a cut in some matchup?
Well, I think it's very strong plan versus the game versus non-interactive
Not
decks.
interactive decks. Yeah.
While versus more interactive decks, I don't really like it.
So could be a cut.
Yeah, maybe.
Not all, maybe, but one or two.
Yeah, I think you can just even cut all the plan.
The Mykosin.
Yeah, because he already has Dryad plus Valakut, so I would just try to slam all my lands on the battlefield and
Yeah, probably you want to only stop Ragavan and go for your land drop.
yeah, because at some point the blue-red player will finish the counter spells, so something will stick, and we all know that a prime time resolving, even if you only hit it, it's still 2 lands, so he played an Amulet of Vigor, I think.
Yeah.
Turn 1.
No? Oh, yes.
I don't know if it's a Relic of Progenitus or.
No,
it's
I
an
think
amulet.
it's an amulet because don't have the tap here. Okay. So Nive has to pass because the
Yeah.
Dryad is an important card, so you have to counter for
Super
sure.
strong, yeah. And that's why I don't really like Ledger Shredder, especially on the draw.
Because you can play on turn 2.
Yeah, and you can play even on turn 3.
Yeah,
So
you have to
it's
keep
a
up
1-3 on turn 4. So on turn 4 you deal.
It's so
on turn
bad.
5 you deal 1 damage or 2 if you're
Yeah.
lucky. Okay, yeah. No, not interested to be honest.
Did you try Mercurial in Murktide?
No, but my partner in work and Twiless Twin tried, and he wasn't super impressed.
Yeah.
So, I think the card has too many lines to be good.
Yeah, you need to create a deck around that card to
Yeah,
make
but
it good.
it has to connect. It has to have free counters.
And about minor misstep, do you think in Modern it's a card or no?
In modern, I don't know. For sure, in Blue Red Mortal is trash because it is too specific. Too specific for this meta.
Okay. So Nid doesn't cut the shredder. So the plan here is to hold up the counter spell.
Yes. Do we know he has dress down in hand?
Double dress down.
It's a strong card, but it's strong if you pair it with a clock.
Yeah. And Shredder is not a real clock.
I mean, maybe considering Niv as just one or two Dragon Age Channeler in the deck, you can't really afford to cut Shredders.
Yeah. Okay. Copy a forest.
Smart.
Okay. So you can go around Blood Moon here
Yes.
quite easily.
I remember back in the days of Magic Online,
Yeah.
under Blood Moon you could let enter Vesuva as a forest.
Wow.
Yeah, nice bug.
Yeah. There are a lot of bugs in Magic Online.
Yeah.
Okay, so Murktide, yeah, Murktide is a clock now.
But it's not very big.
No, it's
like
only a
6
five-
years, 5.
Five. No,
Six,
six.
six.
Okay. 7, 8. Yeah.
I'm curious if he just plays a removal spell to.
Oh, you don't attack under endurance.
Makes sense.
Best within here. Yeah.
Very interesting. Sure. I guess it's fine because
You trade
now-
a 6/6 for a 3/3.
Yes.
That is not that bad. Okay. Thanks, Neve, that create a token. Okay, so Dragon Ray Channeler.
one of the few. Dragon Age Channel is very strong in this matchup.
Okay,
Because,
endurance here. Probably you want to counter spell,
Yes, I think yeah.
so you can counter that, trigger the Shredder, and maybe you can make if you discard all. So this turns 6 damage point for Martini that go around 12. So Neve pass with
Rest down
Dress
up.
down now.
And also counter spell.
No,
Yes, another
I
priority,
think
just
it's a
to dress
double
down.
dress down and an all hit.
I think it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
So Martini also brought in Force of Vigor. That's very interesting. Like he said in
He was very aware about Bloodmoon probably.
yeah,
Dashed Ragavan, so summon it back.
that's interesting because this triggers also the Shredders.
Yeah.
He's gonna grab another Endurance, I think.
Yeah.
And Nick can just say, yeah, sure, fine. And I have Delirium, so I only hit your dude.
And also you time walk yourself with that move. Okay. Discard dress down. Discard a land. So it's okay.
Alright, so
That's
this turn.
enter. So your Raven in response to endurance effect, and only that trigger. Wow. Delirium. Trigger. What is draw?
A blood.
Oh, wow.
The super shit card is a blood.
Yeah. Okay, so Scry again.
I like that top, but I think it's super marginal at this point.
Oh, he died. It's
So-
12 easily.
4,
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yes.
So, Blue Red Murktide show us the power of the power of Counterspell and Dragon and a lot of good cards in the same deck.
Yes.
The deck has the